Hello there, my Hazbin Hotel Patriots, and welcome to a different kind of video. Now, we've got a couple of warnings before we begin. Now, if you watch past this warning, then you have already agreed and have accepted and are going to take full responsibility for what you've watched and not complain to me later about it. Now, this is not a reaction video. Far from it. I want you to go into a lot more in-depth and look at the lore, and plus take a closer look at the different characters. You will of course see scenes from the pilot itself to associate with what I am saying, and to give you more context into what is going on. Now, warning, this will contain some clips or scenes which contain strong language, sexual references, a little bit of blood here and there, but again, this is a cartoon world of violence. Now, if you don't know what Hazbin Hotel is, it follows the journey of a princess called Charlie. She's the daughter of Lucifer and Lilith, the rulers of hell. Now, she's a little bit of an oddball compared to her parents. She actually wants to help redeem the souls of the people that are trapped in hell because she doesn't want them to be killed. Because hell gets overpopulated after 365 days of the year, the angels come down and smite anybody they can find just to lower the population number and to keep things flowing in hell. Charlie doesn't think this is fair, thus she opens a hotel in hopes of being able to bring demons in to redeem them and get them to go to heaven instead, and not to be slaughtered needlessly. And that's where all this comes from. Everybody understand? Great. How am I going to do this? Well, first of all, we're going to break this up into parts because there's so much to go over, so many characters to refer to, so much stuff that actually through one watching of this you'll miss. Okay, so if there's a song, I would like to talk about the song and go through it section by section, and I would like to at least cover 3 characters per episode, but if I can't, I will do as much as I can. So the first ones I would like to focus on, hopefully in this one, be Charlie, the cameo from Valentino, the Executioners, Pledged Angel Dust, but mostly we won't cover them all, so we'll do with what we can. Anyway, on with the pilot. Our pilot opens up with a Broadway musical number. Literally. The song I'm Always Chasing Rainbows was actually made in 1917 and is from a Broadway musical called Oh Look, and was sung by the Dolly Sisters. I could be a bit off, but it's actually extremely appropriate when it comes to Charlie because her family is all about musicals. They love them. So it's very appropriate to see Charlie singing something associated with Broadway and a musical. Now, this song in particular is sung during the sequence that there has already been an execution and Charlie is upset. She has failed again. And on top of that, she's coming on the balcony to set off a firework, I'm guessing, to allow all the other demons to know that it's okay to come out of hiding now. They have left. So I'm going to go through the lyrics, top of the visuals, so on and so forth, and then we'll get into the character and then move on. So bear with me. The first verse of the song is, "At the end of the rainbow there's happiness, and to find it how often I tried. But my life is a race, just a wild goose chase, and my dreams have all been denied." This, of course, shows that Charlie struggles to find some way to not only beat the clock, because there is a looming 365 days a year thing that she needs to keep in mind dealing with this extermination, but also she's got a couple of obstacles called Lucifer and Satan, who, much like several other residents of hell, do not believe that she can do this. So, yeah, there's a lot of doubt and people denying her of what she believes in. Now, she of course does believe a lot in the goodness of other demons, as well as a hope that there is a way to reach heaven, to find that rainbow, to be able to achieve that happiness for not just herself, but for her people. And the visuals do actually represent that really well. It shows you heaven being represented by a cloud and a rainbow. It then shows you Charlie confronting not only Lucifer, but Satan himself, telling them her idea, and then shooting it down. Because why wouldn't they? Charlie is asking for something that goes against what demons should be like. Understandable, since Charlie is actually born into hell. She hasn't done evil to be there. She's innocent. And how she's raised will make her into who she is. So I'm very curious as to who raised Charlie. Okay. The next verse of the song is, Why have I always been a failure? What can the reason be? I wonder if the world's to blame. I wonder if it could be me. And just like I said, Charlie is born. So it's really not Charlie's fault the way she sees things. Although she's seen what some demons are like here, she doesn't really blame them because she believes everybody deserves a second chance. Now, when she talks about why I've always been a failure, her father has seen her like a failure, I guess, since possibly day one. I'm not sure. There is a lot riding on Charlie's shoulders. She is a princess, meaning she's meant to take over from Dad when the time comes. Yet look at what she wants to do. Instead of ruling this place, she wants to make a hotel, redeem them, save their souls, save the souls of sinners who've done bad, who he pretty much is like, this is a lost cause. Give up and move on. And you can tell that her father's words do weigh heavily on Charlie. We get to see behind her the looming shadow of her father, meaning she's always got that in the back of her mind. We then also see a bunch of demon eyes looking at hell itself, meaning she feels like the whole world is judging her. And then, of course, we see the exterminators, the angels of death. Understandable why she starts questioning if it's the world or her, because everybody in the world believes pretty much the same thing, and then there's Charlie, who's the oddball. Minus, of course, Baggy, who loves and supports her. Baggy, of course, is her girlfriend, but I'll get to Baggy later on. Okay, our next verse is, I'm always chasing rainbows, watching clouds drifting by. My schemes are just like all my dreams ending in the sky. Now, this sequence right here has to be the most, I guess, the most powerful when it comes to showing visually what is really upsetting Charlie. Because you get to not only see this poster that says no angels allowed, but you also get to see what is left after a genocide. We get to see that the streets are empty except for the remaining corpses of demons that have several pieces of like arrows and spears throughout them. And you see Charlie just looking very disheartened, walking across the balcony, singing this, and then setting off a firework, looking just so upset at herself and feeling guilty. Because once again, she feels like she's let them down. She let this happen again. Her schemes end up like all her dreams in the sky. The angels come and once again, they win. And Charlie is just indoors, having to stay safe, without a solution for them. And as I said, she sets off a firework, which I guess is their kind of way of saying like, the coast is clear, you guys can come out now. The angels are gone. That sequence there alone really does bring home the message of what is really wrong for Charlie personally. Or at least for me it did, that I finally like fully understood what her problem here was. Anyway, the next verse, oh boy, this is one of my favorite verses because we get to see so many characters here that are extremely important, but they're not relevant to the pilot, so I'm a little bit sad I can't talk about them all. I can talk about one. So the next verse is, some fellows look and find the sunshine. I look and find the rain. Some fellows make a winning sometimes. I never even make a gain. Believe me. So during this amount of lyrics, oh, there is so much going on. We finally get to see hell come alive. Charlie's little firework literally informs all the demons come out of hiding, and we see the windows open up and people coming out of the doors. Like, you just see all the residents just piling out into the streets to carry on with their lives and not really bothered by what's on the ground because they're so used to it by now. We also get to see several of the demon overlords, in other words, the most powerful demons that exist in hell, all throughout the place. Now, let me direct your attention to the porn studio, since there is a character in this sequence that I'm going to briefly stop talking about the song itself to talk about a character, and that is Valentino. He is seen here sitting next to the television demon, and is on a mobile phone, which proves that the phone reception in hell is excellent. And if you're curious what our television demon is called, his name is Vox. He really doesn't play a part in the pilot, just makes a couple of cameos. I can't really go in detail about him, but I can confirm his name is Vox. I wonder if that's a reference to the voxel radio from Don't Starve. But it hasn't been confirmed, so your guess is as good as mine. Getting back to the plot, it's what's on the phone that is the most important during this sequence, because it's a conversation between him and Angel Dust. If you're not aware, Angel Dust actually works for Valentino and is a resident of the porn studio. Probably it's a big giveaway since Angel Dust is a porn star, but also he's got a twin sister who also is in this business. Now, the reason I'm bringing the attention to Valentino, it's because there is a comic that shows you Angel Dust and Valentino's relationship, at least a tiny bit, on one of the pages. I'm not going to go too much in detail about this comic, but definitely go and check out the site to go and read that comic. It's definitely worth a little read. It is ongoing, but if you are interested in seeing the relationship of these two, their dynamic, it is really worth taking a look. I can hear those gears in your head going about, thinking like, what on earth does the text say? Well, for those that struggle to read it as I did, I will read what it says for you guys here now. So the first line in the text, which is signed by Valentino himself, he says, "Did you get my money, Angie baby?" Which he then gets a response from Angel Dust, which says, "I'm with the Jam now. I don't get why this had to happen so soon after the extermination though, boss." And Valentino replies back saying, "Just do it. No sass, okay, sugar?" So obviously at this point, Angel Dust probably is understanding he's not going to be getting the answer he wants, so he closes with K Val. When it comes to the relationship between Angel Dust and Valentino, it's clear that Angel Dust cannot overstep his boundary when it comes to Valentino. He has to do as Valentino says, and if he says to stop with the sass, Angel Dust will do just that. He does as he is told because he knows better. So that's all I can really say about him. So let's continue on with the song for Charlie. So of course, as the scene continues, we then get to see more residents, including the owner, Rosie, crossing out one of the other names on top of the sign because apparently her partner, who was running the store with her, died. So there might have been a possible murder there, but we may never know. We then see two other residents gathering up the weapons left by the exterminators themselves, which are sold on the black market and are used in turf wars. They are extremely powerful weapons that are 100% able to kill demons. Now that that's out of the way, time to tackle the last verse of this song. So the last part of the lyrics go, "I'm always chasing rainbows, waiting to find a little bluebird in vain." So if I'm honest, when I first heard Charlie sing this song, I honestly thought she said trying to find a little bluebird in there. So apparently I heard something completely different to what apparently is in the lyrics of the song. So, whoops. I heard the completely wrong thing. Accompanying these lyrics are of course the visuals showing that the residents just go about their business. They're not affected by this. This happens so often that it's normal to them. They just go about their business collecting up the remains of other demons, collecting up any weapons, and just a lot of them are just getting ready for the upcoming turf wars because now that there's less demons about, there's new areas for them to take over and battle to be the best there is in hell and try to be the next demon overlord. As for Charlie, she seems to be the only resident affected that is clearly mournful that she failed another bunch of demon souls. We then see her attention turn to the clock as it chimes and the little counter resets, showing that she's got another year, hopefully, to change how this story ends. And with that, we finally see Hazbin Hotel's title appear. And that is the wrap for the opening alone for Hazbin Hotel. Now, I'll see you guys back here again on the channel for part 2. Till then, bye for now.